Hello, my name is Akaash Mondal, and I'm a senior at the Utica Center for Science and Industry. For my capstone project, I built this RC airplane. It's about 4 feet wide, and it's mostly made of polystyrene foam board. Here's how I did it. I started by taking this old drone from CSI, took a soldering iron to it, got all the parts off of it, and this is what I was left with. Then I took my scale, and I got measurements of the weight of all my parts, and I added those together to try and figure out what the weight of the circuitry and electronics. Next, I 3D modeled and printed these motor mounts in SolidWorks. After that, I got to work doing some research in other CAD modeling. I used primarily SolidWorks and AutoCAD to make this project. SolidWorks for those motor mounts, and then a lot of AutoCAD to make the drawings in order to build the airplane. These are the motors, their first time working. And here are the full-scale AutoCAD drawings for me to use as templates for cutting the foam board out. At this point, it was time to get started making the actual airplane itself. I started with the fuselage, gluing those pieces together. Then I started building the tail assembly, which is the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer, as well as the rudder. After that, I started working on the wings, getting those folded over to make a nice airfoil. And after that, it was time to start really putting all the stuff together, finishing up the nose and getting some of the details. After building the airplane body, it was time to get working on installing the control linkages and electronics inside the airplane, as well as the barbecue skewers and rubber bands that hold the fuselage and wing together. At first, I was pretty skeptical about using rubber bands to hold the wing onto the fuselage, but I was actually surprised about how well it worked. It's really stable and it's really strong, as well as being modular, so that I can take the wing off and do maintenance on the airplane. After that, I fired up the airplane for the first time and tested all the control surfaces as well as the motors. I got the scale back out, and the plane weighed just over a kilogram. I went flying a couple of times, and here are the results. So that's where I'm at with this project. Unfortunately, I don't have video of the airplane flying yet, but everything works on it. It's just a matter of me having the confidence and ability to fly it. Like, for example, all the control surfaces work the way it is intended, and the motors do provide a lot of thrust. Plus, it balances perfectly over the center of gravity right there on the wing spar. So, again, there's no reason for it not to fly. It's balanced properly and it's well made. It's just up to me as a pilot learning how to fly. But despite that, I've had a blast making this thing, and I learned a lot of new skills with RC and other things. So I had a lot of fun making it, but that's all for now. So